How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. A narcissist, we know, is a master manipulator. A person who lacks empathy. Very arrogant. They use you, then they discard you. The main mission of a narcissist is to hurt you. It is to punish you. It is to destroy you. There are certain manipulative strategies, tactics that the narcissist will use to separate you from your support network so that they can control you, punish you, destroy you, and hurt you forever. Now, isolation is the hallmark of toxic relationships. Narcissists assert control of others by creating conflicts between them and their support network. Narcissists will use all isolation strategies to manipulate you from your support network of friends and family members. When you have a strong support network, it will help you emotionally, and also it will help you for your personal growth. Support networks consist of people who provide you with love, understanding, and encouragement. Your support network are there for you during both the good times and the bad times. When you deal with a narcissist, the narcissist will do everything in their power to sabotage these relationships. They'll sabotage that relationship you have with your support network. And one of the first strategies the narcissist will use is what we call gaslighting. Gaslighting is part of the manipulative tactic used by the narcissist to make you question your reality, to question your sanity, to doubt your own perception of reality. They will twist your words, they'll deny events, and they'll try to convince you and persuade you that you're losing your mind. Now, this constant manipulation, this constant gaslighting by the narcissist can leave you feeling confused, anxious, and isolated. When the narcissist gaslights you, they try to undermine your self-confidence and to make you doubt the validity of your relationships. It is therefore very important to recognize these gaslighting tactics, strategies early on in the relationship with a narcissist to prevent them from isolating you. The number two isolation tactic used by narcissists to separate you from your support network is what we call strangulation. We know narcissists thrive on drama, conflict, attention. That's how they control you. They will therefore use strangulation to create conflict, to create tension between you and your support network. A narcissist will introduce a third party into the relationship. The third party can be a new friend, it can be a romantic interest. Then they'll use them as a means to control and manipulate you. They'll pit you against your loved ones. Narcissists will try to weaken your bonds. They will try to isolate you from the people who truly care about your well-being. Another strategy or tactic used by narcissists to separate you from your support network of friends and family members is projection. The narcissists will accuse you of what they're doing. Instead of taking responsibility for their own actions and emotions, they'll project their negative traits onto others. They'll constantly blame you for their own shortcomings. They'll create a narrative that paints you as the problem. This not only damages your self-esteem, but also drives a wedge between you and your support network. It is very important to recognize when you are being unfairly accused, and then you remind yourself of your own worth. Remember, you're a very important person. You have value. The narcissist will also isolate you from your trusted friends and family members. They'll separate you from them using the isolation tactic of smear campaigns. The narcissist will try to tarnish your reputation. They'll try to turn others against you. They will launch smear campaigns. They'll spread false rumors, false information about you to your support network of trusted friends and family members. This will make you feel ostracized and alone. It will make you feel isolated. The key to dealing with this isolation strategy of smear campaign is to maintain open and honest communication with your loved ones. By addressing any concerns or doubts they may have, you can ensure that the truth prevails. Tactic number 5 used by narcissists to isolate you from your support network of trusted friends and family members is through control and manipulation. Remember, narcissists thrive on control, and they'll go to any extent, they'll go to great lengths to maintain it. They'll use all tactics they can, such as monitoring your communications, controlling your finances, dictating who you can and cannot spend time with. By exerting control over your life, the narcissist effectively isolates you from your support network. So when you recognize these controlling behaviors, it is important in breaking free from the narcissist grip. Another strategy used by narcissists to separate you from your support network of trusted friends and family members is the psycho-emotional abuse. This is a cornerstone of narcissistic relationships. They will belittle you, they will verbally insult you, they'll devalue you, they'll demean you, they'll slowly erode your self-esteem, your self-confidence. So this psycho-emotional abuse can leave you feeling unworthy of support. It can make you feel trapped in a cycle of isolation. It is therefore very important to remember that you deserve love, you deserve respect and kindness. By reaching out to professional help, support groups, you can heal and move on from that narcissist. The other tactic narcissists use to separate you from support network is they control your finances and your dependence and your independence. They want you dependent on them. They isolate you to make sure that you are dependent on them financially, and so that they can deal with you. They limit your access to money, prevent you from pursuing a career, or manipulate your financial decisions. This makes you feel helpless and dependent on them. It makes it very difficult for you to leave that toxic narcissistic relationship. So when you take steps towards financial independence, you start breaking free from the narcissist's hold, and that way you rebuild your support network. So how do you recognize that you are being isolated, and how do you overcome it? Break free from the grip of a narcissist, and do that knowing that it's not easy, it's not a piece of cake, but it is possible with the right support system in place. Rebuild your support network actively. In short, try to reach out to trusted friends, family members, and professionals who can provide you with the love you need, the understanding you need, the guidance you need. It is very important to surround yourself with people who truly care about your well-being and who will support you on your journey to healing. Seek professional help and also support groups. When you reach out to loved ones, you should also seek professional help and join support groups. This can be very important in overcoming the isolation imposed by a narcissist. Support groups can offer some safe space to connect with others who have experienced similar situations, providing validation and a sense of community. Remember, you're not alone, and there are people who are ready to support you on your path to recovery. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with a person who is very arrogant, an egoistic individual who's self-absorbed, selfish, self-centered. A narcissist is someone who uses, then discards others. Someone who prioritizes themselves. It's all about me with the narcissist. They don't care about you. They only care about their own needs. A narcissist needs constant attention, constant admiration, constant validation from you. Now, why is it that a narcissist, why is it that when you are in a relationship with a narcissist, it is so time consuming? Number one, manipulation and control. The narcissist will manipulate and control their partners to maintain power and dominance in that relationship. And when you talk about manipulation, we are talking about gaslighting, guilt tripping, future faking, lying, blame shifting, triangulation, and other tactics that makes it very challenging for the partner of the narcissist to assert themselves or to set boundaries. Another reason why a relationship with a narcissist is so time consuming, it's because of the constant need for validation. Narcissists have this insatiable need for validation and attention. They may constantly seek reassurance, praise, and admiration from their partner, which can be emotionally draining and time consuming. The narcissist only takes. They don't give. And if they give, it's because they want to take more from you. The narcissists, they can never be satisfied. The more you give them, the more they need, the more they want. It's like a hole. It's like trying to fill a hole. You can never fill it. Now, another reason why a relationship with a narcissist is so time consuming is because narcissists exhibit unpredictable mood swings and emotional outbursts. So the partner of the narcissist may find themselves constantly trying to navigate these ups and downs, which can consume so much time and energy. So in short, relationship with a narcissist is not only time consuming, but also draining. Another reason why a relationship with a narcissist is so time consuming is because of the conflict and drama involved. Narcissists thrive on drama and conflict. They create unnecessary tension and arguments, leading to a cycle of turmoil and resolution that consumes a lot of time and effort. Narcissists lack empathy for others, including their partners. This means they may be very insensitive to their partner's needs and feelings, leading to misunderstandings and conflicts that take time to resolve. Narcissists, they cycle between idealizing their partner and devaluing them. That is, criticizing and belittling them. This cycle can be confusing. This idolization and devaluation cycle can be very confusing and time consuming for the partner of the narcissist, who may constantly feel like they are walking on eggshells to avoid triggering the narcissist's negative reactions. Another reason why a relationship with a narcissist is so time consuming is because of isolation. The narcissist may try to isolate their partner from friends and family, making it very difficult for them to seek support or perspective outside of their relationship. This can further consume their time and energy as they become increasingly dependent on the narcissist for social interaction and validation. Now, the other reasons why a relationship with a narcissist can be so time consuming is because of the narcissist's excessive self-centeredness. Relationship with a narcissist can be so time consuming because the narcissist, you always have these frequent arguments in the relationship over trivial matters. Narcissists have difficulty in expressing their own needs. This again makes the relationship become so time consuming. Again, there'll be the feeling of truly being understood. The narcissists are pathological liars. They will lie and they'll be deceitful. They fear being abandoned, so this can make the relationship with the narcissist become so time consuming. Again, they are known for their intense jealousy and possessiveness. They lack empathy. They have this disregard for boundaries. A relationship with a narcissist can be so time consuming because they are compulsive liars and they have this compulsive need for control. They have frequent mood swings. They have difficulty in making decisions so it will be very difficult in making decisions together with the narcissist. The narcissist, they have inconsistent behavior. They have this chronic need for admiration. They feel like you're walking. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you'll feel like you're walking on eggshells. You'll find it very difficult to establish trust. You'll feel constantly being drained. So you'll find that you're trying to please the narcissist constantly. And this again becomes so time consuming. You'll find it very difficult in maintaining a sense of self in a narcissistic relationship. You'll feel isolated from friends and family. You'll feel that you are being abused emotionally. You'll experience unpredictable reactions to situations. You'll feel like you are never good enough. You'll frequently feel guilty because the narcissist will guilt trip you frequently. You'll feel trapped in that narcissistic relationship. You'll experience this inability to communicate effectively with the narcissist in that narcissistic relationship. There'll be double standards. There'll be emotional highs followed by lows in that relationship. It is also difficult in ending a relationship with a narcissist. You'll feel emotionally dependent, loss of self-esteem. You'll feel like you're losing your identity. There'll be frequent power struggles in the relationship with a narcissist. There'll be difficulty in resolving conflicts. You'll feel controlled and manipulated. You'll feel like you're walking on eggshells to avoid conflicts. You'll find it very difficult in setting boundaries. You'll feel emotionally drained. There'll be constant need for reassurance. There'll be emotional exhaustion in that relationship. You'll feel like you are in a one-sided relationship. There'll be lack of reciprocity in that relationship with the narcissist. You'll feel used and taken advantage of. You'll fear being replaced. You'll feel constantly criticized, emotionally neglected. You'll feel like your needs are never met. Narcissistic parents may harbor animosity towards their children for several reasons, often stemming from their own psychological makeup and relational dynamics. One reason why narcissistic parents hate you is because you are a threat to their ego. Narcissists have fragile self-esteem. They have fragile egos, which is often masked by grandiosity. When a child challenges or outshines them, it threatens their sense of superiority and control. The narcissistic parent may perceive their child's success or independence as a personal attack. Number two reason why narcissistic parents hate you is because they lack empathy. Narcissists struggle to empathize with others, including their own children. They may be unable to recognize or appreciate their child's feelings, needs, or accomplishments, viewing them merely as extensions of themselves rather than unique individuals deserving of love and respect. Narcissistic parents hate you because they are very manipulative and controlling. They use manipulation and emotional blackmail to maintain control over their children. They might exploit their child's vulnerabilities, emotions, and dependencies to fulfill their own needs and desires, resenting any resistance or assertion of independence. Narcissistic parents hate you because they project their insecurities. Narcissists project their own insecurities onto others. They may criticize and belittle their children for traits or behaviors they dislike in themselves, using them as scapegoats to avoid confronting their own flaws and shortcomings. Narcissistic parents hate you because they are envious and jealous. Narcissists can be envious of others' achievements and possessions, especially those of their own children. They may feel threatened by their child's success or happiness, viewing it as a reminder of their own perceived inadequacies. The narcissistic parent hates you because of the cycle of abuse. Narcissistic parents may have been mistreated or neglected themselves, perpetuating a cycle of abuse. and dysfunction. They may harbor resentment towards their children for reasons rooted in their own troubled upbringing, projecting their unresolved issues onto them. Narcissistic parents hate you because of their need for adoration. They crave admiration and validation from others. When narcissistic parents, their children fail to meet their unrealistic expectations, or when their children challenge their authority, they may respond with hostility and disdain, unable to tolerate any form of criticism or rejection. Now, the narcissistic parent, they hate their children because of failure to meet expectation. If a child doesn't live up to the parents' unrealistic standards or goals, they might be seen as a disappointment. Narcissistic parents want to control everything about their child's life. Any resistance to this control can lead to resentment. And if the child receives attention or praise that the parent feels entitled to, they may become jealous and resentful. Narcissistic parents also project their own insecurities and flaws onto their child, blaming them for characteristics they dislike in themselves. Narcissistic parents are also very competitive. They view their child as competition for attention, resources, or admiration. Narcissistic parents lack ability to empathize with child's feelings or experiences, and this leads to dismissive or hurtful behavior. Children who don't fulfill the parents' need for constant validation and admiration may be viewed negatively by their narcissistic parents. Children who challenge the narcissistic parents' version of reality or refuse to participate in their delusions may be perceived as a threat. Narcissistic parents fear losing control or relevance if the child becomes independent or establishes boundaries. Children who resist manipulation or refuse to be pawns in the parents' games may be met with hostility. Seeing their child succeed or excel in areas where the parent feels insecure can trigger feelings of resentment. Children can serve as reminders of past mistakes or regrets for narcissistic parents, leading to resentment. Narcissistic parents often struggle to offer genuine love and support, only showing affection when it benefits them. Narcissistic parents may view their child as an extension of themselves and expect absolute obedience and compliance. Children who threaten the narcissistic parents' sense of superiority or grandiosity may face rejection or hostility. Children who assert their own wants, needs, or identities may disrupt the narcissistic parents' plans or narratives. Children who see through the parents' facade or call out their manipulative behavior may be seen as threats to their image. Children can expose a narcissistic parent's weaknesses or insecurities, triggering defensive or hostile reactions. Narcissistic parents crave constant admiration and validation. Children who fail to provide this may be resented. Children who seek independence or autonomy threaten the narcissistic parent's sense of control and dominance. Narcissistic parents expect unwavering compliance and obedience. Children who resist may face punishment or rejection. Children who refuse to play along with the narcissistic parent's idealized version of reality may be met with anger or disdain. Narcissistic parents often demand attention and adoration, and children who don't cater for this need may be viewed negatively. Narcissistic parents view their children as tools for their own gain. Children who refuse to be exploited may be resented. Children who challenge or contradict the narcissistic parents' beliefs or values may be seen as threats to their identity. Narcissistic parents may fear being vulnerable or exposed. Children who see through their defenses may be met with hostility. Children who establish boundaries or assert their independence threaten the narcissistic parent's sense of control. Children can expose a narcissistic parent's flaws or shortcomings, triggering defensive or hostile reactions. Children who tarnish the narcissistic parents' carefully curated image may face rejection or hostility. Narcissistic parents demand absolute authority and obedience. Children who challenge this may face punishment or rejection. Narcissistic parents crave constant admiration and validation. Children who fail to provide this may be resented. Children who seek independence or autonomy threaten the narcissistic parent's sense of control and dominance. Narcissistic parents may view their children as tools for their own gain. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.